A new video is going viral, making some serious claims about Melania, but what's actually true and what's just narrative. Now, these are all allegations. Allegations. I'm not saying it's true. I'm not saying it's not true. And people are not confirming or denying these immediately. So you take it for what it is. This is Iran going after Melania. Let's take a look.
It's just in from the headlines, listen up close. A story breaking fast about a former friend who knows. Amanda Ungari, Brazilian model from the past, was close to Melania Trump for years. Now she's speaking at last. She lived with Paulo then Polly for 20 long years. He's a Trump ally who introduced Melania, that's what she is. They had a son together, 16 years old, name is G. But after the split in 2023, things got messy. Arrested in Florida back in June of 2025. Fraud charges at a clinic, visa problems. She says she's alive. Spent months in ICE detention, then deported back home. Now she's talking in interviews, dropping claims in every zone. This is news reporting straight, no spin, just the facts that they say. From Korea Magazine and more, here's what she had to say.
Amanda Ungaro claims she witnessed things up close. Highly compromising interactions, that's what she disclosed. Melania felt threatened, but no direct threat came through. Ungaro says she knows a lot from 20 years with the crew.
Deportation drama, Epstein ties, a modeling past. Ex-friend drops the details,
News is moving fast.
custody battle heating up.
Zan Polly in the mix.
She's ready to testify, that's the latest fix.
Ungaro claims.
The story's unfolding now.
Breaking news and rhymes, we report it anyhow.
Let's start with the background, keep it simple and clear. Amanda met Zampali when she was just 15 years. She says he started harassing her back then for a relationship. They stayed together 2 decades, had a son, shared the trip. Zampali worked in modeling, helped bring girls to the States. He's the one who introduced Melania. Ungaro says the narrative might not be fully true. Zampali had hidden leverage like a project he put through. She claims it was a business deal to help both sides win. Melania worked undocumented for a time as a model back then. Zampali handled visas and cash for girls without papers. That's what Ungaro reports in the written answers. They partied at Mar-a-Lago, New Year's Eve with the Trumps. White House events and 4th of July photos in the dumps. But after the break, a custody fight got real intense. Ungaro says Zampali used his pull to make a lead offense. Arresting on fraud tips, Ziza overstay in the mix. He called the top ICE official. Record show the fix. David Venturella got the call. Agents picked her up quick before a bail fit happened to help Zampali with the kid. She spent 3 months locked up, then deported to Brazil. Horror in detention, wet floors and no windows, what a chill. Ungaro says it was payback for the custody wars, and Polly denies it all, says it happened by the law. This is straight reporting from the articles in the news. She left her son at boarding school, tried to start anew.
Amanda Ungaro claims she witnessed things up close. Highly compromising interactions, that's what she disclosed. Melania felt threatened, but no direct threat came through. Ungaro says she knows a lot from 20 years with the crew.
Deportation drama,
Epstein ties and modeling past.
ex-friend drops the details.
News is moving fast.
Custody battle heating up.
Zan Polly in the mix.
She's ready to testify, that's the latest fix.
Ungaro claims.
The story's unfolding now.
Breaking news and rhymes, we report it anyhow.
Now the Epstein angle. Here's what Ungaro reports. Back in 2002, she flew on his private jet for sport. She was 16 or 17. Agent said it's a trip, we friends. 30 young girls on board. 14 to 16, no pretend. She met Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell on the flight. Said hi, but no more talk. Landed safe that night. Ungaro claims that Polly did business with Epstein too. Says he recruited girls for him, parties with underage crew. She says everything with Melania and Epstein was set before she came. The whole setup felt strange, like the pre-planned game. Say Polly held leverage over Melania's life. She states like a specific project that he carefully creates. In the Korea interview published April 18th this year, Ungaro wrote her answers, translated from Portuguese clear.
Melania knows that I witnessed highly compromising interactions. Over 20 years living with Paolo, those are her exact actions.
She does not know the
full extent of what I know, she said, because she lived with him so long, the details in her head. Melania felt threatened by what Ungaro might share, but no direct threat from her, that's what's written there.
Ungaro flew on the Lolita Express that one time. Never saw Epstein again, that's the end of a line. She's willing to testify before the House Oversight team. Said absolutely yes, put her on the stand, it seems.
Melania put out a statement denying any Epstein link.
Surprise press announcement,
That's what the records think.
Zan Polly rejects all claims.
Well, again, these are allegations. Nothing has been proven. But you got to stop and think. Every time something happens in this country that leads another announcement about the Epstein files, all hell breaks loose so we can forget about it. We cannot forget about it. If there is nothing in there that's going to imply or hurt anyone, release them. Only redact the victims or the alleged victims. Why is it other countries are prosecuting men or people are losing their jobs and their lives are changing over the Epstein files, and only two people, Maxwell and Epstein, have ever seen anything, and Epstein's conviction was a sweetheart deal? Why hasn't a single man in the United States been prosecuted for what has happened to these girls? And they were girls. They weren't women. They were children. Someone needs to pay. You want to talk about it? Comment down below. If you want to jump on and talk about this face to face, happy to do it. We can review the video together. Whether you believe it or you don't believe it, doesn't matter. I am open for conversation. And as I've said before, thanks for watching, but there's more to come.